You really pissed me off this morning, too.
Are we going to have to go into that? I just don't care about the money. And as long as I got enough money for gas and beer at the end of the week.
I knew. That's all he ever said to me. Hollywood is anti-family, anti-marriage. You know, I crave like realness. And I don't know. I think that's like why it's kind of cool we're like doing this podcast, you know. But I feel like a lot of people struggle with topics. Raising kids is hard.
That's kind of sad when you realize like you'll never have those days back.
Yeah, enjoy them if you have young kids. The days are long, but the years are short. That was really hard for me.
Welcome to the Wife Approved Podcast. I'm Shane.
And I'm Caroline.
Let's go. Welcome back to another episode. How's everybody doing? How are you doing this week?
I'm good.
Feeling good?
Kinda. My back hurts.
Again, why's your back hurt?
Because of the car wreck that we were in a couple years ago. It just hurts all the time, so that's fun.
I got to sit up more. I noticed I was looking at the video the other week, and you look taller than me because I'm always like just laid back, chilling.
Well, I have a long torso.
You do have a long torso. Well, so your back just always hurts now?
Yes.
That sucks. Yep. Well, I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, my back is feeling good this week. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I feel good. I went to the gym this morning, feeling much better than I felt last week.
You know what would help my back?
What?
I think my husband should give me a back rub.
All right.
It's Friday night. Give me a little back rub.
Now that's going to be in my head all day long. All right. I got you. We can do that.
No, we'll see.
Happen.
We'll see if that happens. Yeah, right. Broken promises here,
I was thinking we can go out later tonight somewhere.
Not too late.
Why?
Because I have to be up at like 4:30 or 5 in the morning. Cheer season has officially started.
Oh, boy.
So we'll see everybody in November. That's basically our life, the whole month of October. So that's fun. She's excited. But I have to get her up, get her ready. You know, it's 2 hours away. We sit there all day. So that's going to be fun with my hurt back.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
At least it's not from pulling a heel stretch.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson. I will never do that again.
No more heels. I would not even try that. I don't know. I would try it, I guess, if I really wanted to do it. But
Shane.
I don't think I could even do it.
No,
on a good day.
You couldn't. You couldn't. You can't even touch your toes when you stand up.
I've been stretching a lot at the gym. I'm getting a little bit better. A little bit more flexible. I've never been very flexible in my life, so it's just a struggle. But it never really bothered me that I couldn't really that I wasn't that flexible. But now, as I'm getting older, I think like I sound like an old man here, but I do think that is the source of a lot of the like back pain and stuff that I get. Like I'm always tweaking my back and things like that. And I think it's just because, you know, I don't ever stretch. It's probably a big problem. And then like years of lifting weights and stuff like that without stretching is probably not good.
What's the number one way? What is the number one way you hurt your back just throughout history?
I don't know. Sometimes
I can tell you.
Sometimes I sneeze too hard.
No, I can tell you. You run down the stairs and jump the last 3.
That is not
Shane
true. I mean,
Watley,
it probably happened. It might have happened once.
A few times. He runs down the stairs. It sounds like the ceiling's caving in. And then he jumps, you know, skips the last couple steps. And then, and then he's hurt for like
That's what
2
happens.
weeks.
That's what happens when in your mind, you're still like 20 years old. And your body's like, maybe not.
You do that all the time.
Yeah.
And know that Macy sounds like you. A lot of times she doesn't skip stairs, but y'all are so heavy-footed, and I'm heavy-footed, but y'all are like T-Rex heavy-footed. Well, I can't tell if it's her or you until I hear the jump, and then I know it's you.
I just move fast. Like nowadays, everything I do, like I feel like I'm always doing something, and there's schedules and calendars, and like it's all about maximizing time. I'm like kind of crazy about that. So like everything I do, I'm just like moving fast. And so when I'm going up and down, I go up and down the stairs like 1,000 times every day. It seems like.
I know another thing you move fast through.
What?
Back massages. It'll be like 5 seconds.
Well, that's because
my hand hurts.
Okay.
Anyway, speaking of feeling good, you say you feel so good, but I do recall you not feeling so good one night this week. So he asked me on Monday, or tells me that he is going to an MMA class. He used to do Krav Maga, whatever. He's been like craving some stuff, which is awesome. So he looks at me and he tells me he's going to this MMA jiu-jitsu class, okay? And he's like, you cool with that? You know, our daughter has lots of like late night practices. So, you know, he's let me know because I usually take her, schedules, whatever. And he's looking at me and he was like, is that cool? And I just was like, mm-hmm. And then he's like, what? You know, and I was like, nothing, babe. It's fun. Go have a good time. It's great. And he kept pushing and pushing.
Because you're smirking like you got something to say.
I did have something to say. So finally, I was like, yeah, you know, that's cool. I was like, I'm just kind of like curious what injury you're going to come home with tonight. And he's like, whatever. You know, we laughed.
I was fine afterwards.
Okay, guys. So he comes home, laying on the couch, said it was fine, whatever. And I walk in the living room and he's laid out. He has an ice pack wrap.
You're so dramatic. You're so dramatic.
He's laid in the recliner with an ice pack Velcro to his neck. And I just busted out laughing because he didn't tell me it hurt or anything. He just was trying to be cash.
I'm just icing.
He had the lights off. There was no lights on. He had this like navy blue ice pack on his neck. And I just looked over, like cackled, because like I knew he was going to come home with an injury, which he did.
I knew you were going to have something to say too. No, but I was fine. I wasn't injured. I was a little worried I was going to be. I was sore.
Why'd you have an ice pack on your neck if you weren't injured?
Because I was sore. Because I mean, that was the first time I've done anything like that in almost 2 years. So, you know, it's like
I wish I would have took a picture.
And you're so dramatic talking about I was laid out. I wasn't laid out sitting on the damn couch like I would always be sitting on the couch, and I just had a ice pack on my neck because. Yeah, man, you're like using muscles and stuff that you don't normally use. And it was intense, like first time doing that style of martial arts. So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, it was a lot of jujitsu and it was my first time doing that. So, you know, it was a learning experience and it was difficult.
Hilarious for me. It just came full circle. My thoughts when you told me you were going, and you know, the end of the night you're laying there with an ice pack on your neck. It was great.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things. Like I feel like you can either hurt now or you can hurt later. It's no different than going to the gym and lifting weights all the time. You know, that's probably like why I'm usually throwing up my back or tweaking something or this and that just from going to the gym, you know, or I could just do nothing. And then in 10, 15, 20 years, whatever, however old you get, then everything just starts hurting all the time.
I don't want you to do nothing. I just thought it was funny. It was great.
No, I was fine. I wasn't injured. Like I said, if I was injured, I'd still be hurting because that was just, you know, earlier this week, I'd still be hurting. But I mean, I used to do it. I did a different type of martial arts, Krav Maga, did it for solid 4 years and just been wanting to get back into something. I'd never talked about that online or like this is the first probably anybody's ever heard of that I do that, or used to do it. I really, really loved it and I missed it. And I've just kind of had the urge to try something different. So we're going to see. We'll see if I'd like to go back. It's just because it's so hard, like, cause it's so different than what I'm used to. I don't know. I kind of like trying difficult things and overcoming difficult things. It's not easy. It's kind of discouraging at first.
Humbling.
It's very humbling. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it was the car accident actually that we got into. It was about 2 years ago. And that was when I stopped doing any type of training.
Yeah, it was during cheer season too.
Yeah, that's when I stopped doing any type of training. So it's been almost 2 years since I did anything like that. But, you know, it's good. It's good. Learn some new things.
Well,
stay fit.
You really pissed me off this morning too. Not you. Your smart home made me mad this morning. I think we should talk about that.
Are we going to have to go into that?
Yeah. All right. So update, if you've been listening to this podcast, probably one of the first couple we did, he talks about this whole, he can't see shit in the dark. That's why he's so loud. he's so tired and not having lights and he can't see, and he goes into this whole rant. Gets him really fired up. I'm not trying to get you fired up. We used to have this light, simple light in our bathroom underneath the cabinets that just kind of came on when you walk in the bathroom. And I love that light. I admitted that. Love that one because it's not like in the bedroom, but you could still see in the bedroom. Anyway, we thought it broke. We found out this week that, no, it's just not plugged in. The plug is under the cabinet. So all of this complaining that he's done and this manifesting and plotting and scheming that he's done to turn my bedroom into a light show is because, under his side of the sink, the light strip in the bathroom was unplugged. So I don't even know what all he's done. I went in the bedroom last night and there's lights on the door now, like some kind of light. It's
not a light on the door.
Whatever, it's a sensor. There's a light sensor. I noticed in the dark. Apparently there's bed pads underneath both of us. Anyway, for the past week, anytime he's moved, a red light comes on underneath the bed and it wakes me up. So he changed that, I think. And then this morning, for some reason, I'm not the one that needs to see. For some reason, there's a bright white light underneath my side of the bed.
This is actually kind of funny.
It's not funny.
They're probably tired of hearing us talk about
sleep,
the bedroom automations.
I hate them.
But this is what. So this is
no. I'm not done. So it woke me up.
Please be
this
done.
Morning. I tried to go in the home app and cut it off. It said it was off. It was not off. It's the same thing that happened when you were in IFA. I don't know why you're messing with my side of the bed.
We don't need to rehash this same
So why
thing.
did it not cut off?
I'll explain again. So first of all, you loved all the bedroom lights. So the whole light show, she loved all the lights. I did a video about it when I set them up. She loved them. She doesn't like automations. All right. I want automations in there so I can see what I'm doing, mainly in the dark. And then also because it's just nice when you can walk in your room and have lights come on and stuff. And all the sensors that you're bitching about, can I just say it? You can get mad if I say that. All the sensors that you're bitching about and stuff under the bed and the new door sensor that I thought I had one up there already, but anyways, put a new one there. All that is so I can avoid you getting pissed off. But this is why I have not done automations in the bedroom for all these years because of this.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I now have to think of 1,000 different ways to do these automations and all these different conditions and stuff to be just perfect so that you won't get upset. Okay. And that's what I'm doing. That's why I have a door sensor. That's why I put the bed sensors on there. I can tell when you're in bed and all that stuff. And it's coming along great. But this is the kind of stuff that has
bed sensors.
This is what goes in behind the scenes of making a video. And this is why I haven't done really a lot of automations in the bedroom in the past. But it's a pretty funny story though, why this morning that light kept going off, because I was actually my computer was in the living room because I was working on some automations last night. Mm-hmm. We were watching TV, and so I was actually sitting on the couch with my computer this morning instead of in my office, which I normally am, and I noticed that the light was coming on, and you texted me, and I was like, why is that damn light coming on? And I was checking. This was actually one of the automations. So I have, for the past week or so, been working on these automations for my side of the bed, which have worked out. I finally got it where it's just right. You even said I think it was yesterday, you said,
you were quiet.
You said you were quiet. I didn't hear anything. It was great. Like in the morning, because I get up really early.
Yeah, but that's because the bathroom light strip is plugged in again.
No, it's because partially, but it's also because my other automations were working great. As soon as I get out of bed, my light strip under the bed comes on really low. Everything was working great. I was quiet. I could see where it's going. I got out the room, quietly shut the door. Perfect. And so I've been testing that on my side of the bed. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to set it up for her side of the bed, because it's extremely rare that you ever get in or out of bed while I'm sleeping. But it's usually when you go out with your friends or something and you come home late. Or whatever.
I didn't wake you up last time I came home late. You were like, what time did you get home? I didn't even hear you and I didn't have no light. Because I'm a ninja.
It's probably because I drank some whiskey that night, if I had to guess. Anyways, so whatever. I just basically
what did you do?
So I kind of copied paste, did the same thing for your side of the bed. I was like, it worked perfect over there. What's going on? Last night I had 2 motion sensors sitting on the couch with me when I was setting it up, right? And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go put the motion sensor in there. So there's a motion sensor on your side of the bed now too. And I put it over there. And then I kept seeing this morning that motion kept being detected. And I was like, what the hell? Does it need a new battery? And battery was good. Why does it keep detecting motion? I put the wrong sensor in there.
You are such an ass.
So it kept detecting the motion for the one that I was like sitting right next to. And I was like, oh, and it took me a while before I figured that out.
So did you get a good laugh this morning?
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Just because it was a stupid thing.
This is the life of a YouTube smart home wife. So I am like tired this week from all the testing and lights coming on and like, oh God, it just burns my biscuits.
Okay, well, we're almost there. It's going to be perfect. We're so close, and I've got everything in place. I've got to do like tons of conditions for these automations for her. But it's nice. Like I set up another one that it was awesome. Not for you, but I get annoyed. So you can use automations for those who don't do this kind of stuff. Like I used to get super annoyed because the kids would not lock the door behind them, right? Drove me freaking crazy. Like, how hard is it to just lock the door on your way out or even when you're coming in? So I just simple automation, auto lock your smart lock. So it locks after, 2-3 minutes or whatever. Problem solved. Don't have to fight with the kids anymore about locking the door. Well, same thing with the security system. Sometimes our oldest, who's staying here now for a while with us, he's 20. But sometimes he'll come home late, and if I go to bed early or something like that, he'll disarm the security system and then won't rearm it.
He gets confused how to rearm it, like me.
Right. It's not that complicated, but that's beside the point. I say over and over, like, just arm the security system if you disarm it. It's a very simple process. Like, why is this so hard for everybody to figure out? And I just said, you know what? I'm going to stop arguing about it. So I set up an automation utilizing my bed sensors that if both bed sensors are activated, meaning we're both in bed and the security system is disarmed, just to rearm it after like
I don't like laying on something that's plugged in to an outlet. So are those staying?
Okay. Well, just...
Is it under the mattress or is it under the topper?
It's no worse than your phone plugged in on the charger right next to your face all night. I don't want to hear it.
I don't like that either.
All right. Well, when you move the phone charger, we'll talk about the bed sensor.
Rip them out. I'm breaking everything. Hiding sensors, ripping out the pads.
No, you're not.
You just better be glad that I can't mess with these automations because I would be messing with you for sure.
Why? What do you mean by that?
I don't know. I would just scramble them all up just to, get you.
That's only going to piss you off. Well,
not the bedroom ones, other ones.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll start doing that to you.
No, you already did this morning.
Oh, okay. Enough. That's enough. The automations are great. You're going to love it.
I'm forced to love it.
I'm just going to go back to slamming the doors in the morning then.
Yeah, well, go ahead and try that if you want. Go ahead.
All right, we're going to move on. You guys probably are tired of hearing about our bedroom automation showdown here. But we got a couple of 5-star reviews, so I want to read these real quick. Thank you for sending these. One says, great show, enjoying the show so far. FYI, coming up with, this was a couple weeks ago, iOS 26, you can change your snooze time. Just saying. So did you see that?
I did see that, but I don't know how to change it.
Yeah, you can change it right there in the settings.
I don't play with any new features hardly at all.
Well, we were talking about that in one of the older episodes.
Yeah.
And how it was like 9 minutes forever, and they finally let you change that.
Yeah, who are they to tell me how long I want to snooze?
Now you can snooze longer. Yes. Just what we needed.
Yes.
And then we got another one from Mr. Silverhammer, our buddy George. Great YouTube channel also, George Langerbeer over on YouTube. He said, finally, all caps, been waiting for the Watley banter. as you just witnessed. Been waiting for the Watley banter to be captured and recorded on film for quite some time. So glad it's finally happening, and a podcast is the perfect way to do it. Two of my favorite humans talking family, real life issues, and the smart home. That's gold, baby. That's what George said. So thank you, George. We love you, George and Teresa. Great people. That was one of the cool things about YouTube. I think we've touched on a little bit. It was just meeting other people who have become good friends, and through this whole YouTube thing.
Yeah, just not just meeting people. Like, that's always really cool. But I feel like we're actually like good friends. You know, it's, I don't know, friendships, relationships, and all that are hard when you get older. But, you know, you meet these people, and it's not like we've met them once. You know, we spent a lot of time with them, you know, not just George, but other creators too, you know, and they're just like good friends, like good people that want to see you win. I feel like there's just so many, I don't want to say like so many haters, but there are, you know, in like real life, you know, with like people in town and stuff. And then to like meet complete strangers, and they turn into like some of your favorite humans, like he said to me, and we don't even live in the same state, that are thoughtful, you know, I don't know, that's just been actually one of my favorite things, about YouTube, and I don't know, I'm just grateful for it. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, me too. I mean, so I've got some people that I connected with, other creators and stuff from like the early days when I first started. Like when I first started YouTube, I did it for quite a while, probably a good year or so, without knowing anybody. Like I don't know what I was doing or what I was thinking. I just liked making videos, but there was like, I knew nobody in the industry. I really didn't follow a lot of like tech channels or anything closely either. I mean,
I don't think you had time to.
Well, I did used to watch a lot more YouTube than I do now, but I watched I watched some tech YouTube, but not a ton. And not really any smart home stuff, honestly. I was just kind of like exploring smart home and documenting my own journey. But after a little while, I kind of got connected with a handful of other content creators. Eric, Modern Day Tech, was being one of them.
Yeah, they're good. He's a good human.
Way back in the day. So, you know, built like these friendships and stuff, which is cool. And there's been a handful of others too, which is, just really cool, man. That's been awesome. So thank you, George, for sending that review.
I wish we all lived in the same town. It'd be so fun. Like, so what? We have friends in Cali, Nebraska, Georgia,
all over now. Yeah.
And then, what is it outside? Maryland. I couldn't think. Maryland, like a brain fart. But I wish we all lived like close to each other. It would be ratchet. It'd be fun.
But it's kind of cool. I feel like it makes the Chicago too. Oh yeah, it makes just all over the place, which is fun. You know, it makes these like events, I think, even more fun when you get to go to like CES, and like I was in Berlin and hanging out with Eric was cool, and some other people there I got to meet and see.
I just wish we could see each other more. You know.
Yeah. Anyways, please leave us a 5-star review if you enjoy this kind of stuff. If you enjoy our banter, if you will. But we would appreciate that very much. So we watched a movie. I wanted to talk about this just a little bit.
God, I knew it was going to ruffle your feathers, y'all. This movie ruffled him. He was like making comments throughout the whole thing. Like,
does anybody else do that when they watch movies?
But there's only certain topics that get you like that. And there's one of them.
It's usually relationships and like marriage and relationships types movies. So we watched this movie called All of You, I think is the name of it. It's an Apple TV Plus movie. It has the dude, what was his name in Ted Lasso? He was in Ted Lasso. The
dark-headed guy. All I know.
What's his name? I can't think of his name now. But anyways, I was like, okay, I wanted to just sit and do something different, watch a movie instead of a TV show. We were just chilling on the weekend.
I don't think we thought it was going to be what it was either.
No, we didn't. We should have. It came down to that and the Nobody too. We should have went with that. Like, you know, we don't really like. We usually watch kind of like action type of stuff more than anything, probably. And we were like, let's watch I was like, oh, I was being like, trying to be kind of sweet or whatever. Let's watch a romantic movie.
He didn't want to watch it.
I did. I mean, I did. I kind of did, you know. I was like, what do you want to watch? I asked you, but we decided to watch that. Figure it would be, let's watch something maybe a little uplifting
and lighthearted. Not uplifting.
And it's weird because, and I don't know if we're going to give any spoilers here or not. So I guess if you're really interested in watching this movie, maybe skip ahead a little bit. I'll try not to give any spoilers.
I mean, it's really simple.
But yeah, I won't give any like spoilers on the way it ended. I don't think.
Horribly.
But like, you know, I thought it would be like, let's watch something a little lighthearted. And it kind of was lighthearted, sort of like some comedy in there and stuff. But like the whole damn thing was about an affair, you know, and this love story between it was a love triangle. It was a love story between these quote unquote best friends, a man and a woman. And, between them two, but the woman was married. And so the whole thing was about this relationship between the married woman and her quote unquote best friend. And it was all about this affair that goes on for like years. And, you know, they started out as best friends, and maybe why men and women can't really be like best friends once they're married and stuff. That's probably a whole nother talk. But, you know, I was just getting like annoyed, and I was like wondering where this is going to go. And it didn't ever really get made right. It was sad. It was like, I mean, it was sad if I guess it was kind of sad either way. The whole dang thing was sad. It was sad. It was awful. The dude was like kind of a bitch, really. I felt like watching it, you know, he's like, this woman's like married. Well, he ends up, I mean, he's just he's the victim in it. Basically, he ends up getting screwed. Like, he was respectful and everything. It was her. You know, it's not respectful. I mean, he did until she was the aggressor in that. Like, obviously from the beginning, he was in love with her, and she kept him in the friend zone, and he was very respectful of her relationship and her marriage, and the whole way she got married and why she got married. We just won't spoil that. That's just weird, and I think that contributed to why I kind of felt like she, you know, couldn't leave her husband because... Well, they had a kid, too. Anyway, it was you were riled up. Riled up. Well, but it was not a feel-good movie, so don't watch that movie if you want to feel good. Well, about a relationship. I mean, it was kind of like a love story, though. Like, they went on, like... It was almost a horrible story. It was almost like a feel-good love. Like, the whole thing was about them falling in love and being in love through this affair, and it was just kind of fucked up, I felt like. And I was just like, you know, that's bullshit. And I say he was kind of a bitch because he was like, you know, like, yeah, she initiated it, but he, you know, he was just the best friend on the sideline waiting for an opportunity. Like, he, you know, I don't think he was waiting for an opportunity. He was in love with her. Yes, but he was friend zone. I don't think he was waiting for an opportunity. Like I said, he was respectful. Like, he was not crossing lines and dropping signal. He really was like just a friend. Before it started. But then once it started. And that was on her, a little slut. I mean, I'm just saying, it was hard to watch. I felt horrible for him. You know what? I felt horrible for her husband. Like, you know, like, wham, like, you know, pick one. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, it was just hard to watch, man. Like, because like I said, she was married. She even like, it wasn't even like a bad marriage, it seemed like. And they had a kid, and it was just like, she just, you know, didn't love him as much, but she did love him. She loved them both. But like, it was just bullshit. And I was just thinking, like, when did we get away from just the feel good? Like, they don't make them anymore. No. Like, they're just the rom-com, you know, romantic comedies and shit like that we used to watch. I miss those. They just don't make them anymore. Like, that's what I was kind of thinking. Oh, this would be like a feel-good love story kind of movie. And then the whole thing, I'm just pissed off. I feel like there's not any good rom-coms or like just comedies in general. It's like all killing or weird. You know, it's like Marvel or, you know, Nobody, which Nobody was a good movie, but it's just that was good. I think what the reason is because these big movie makers, you know, Hollywood or whatever, they're
anti-marriage.
They're placing all, well, that's where I was going with it, you know, but as far as like the movies they're making, I think it's just because they're, you know, they're only putting their money behind the safe bets.
Yeah.
And nowadays, especially with like the political landscape, everybody being so touchy-feely and sensitive and shit, you know, the only things that they're putting money behind are stuff that already has built-in audiences, which is comic books. Yeah. That's why there's like a sequel to everything. Everything's being remade. Like all the old movies are being remade. It's stuff that already has an audience.
Hollywood is anti-family, anti-marriage, period. I mean, you just think about like TV in general. Y'all remember like Family Matters and what was the other one? Full House. You know, just all of the good feel good,
home improvement,
like the real life. It was still real life, you know? And, I don't know. I think that's like, why it's kind of cool. We're like doing this podcast, you know, because, you know, I crave that, you know, I crave like realness and, you know, with the people I follow, I probably talked about this before. Like I crave that. I want to see it. I know it's not like, you know, it's a highlight reel. It's never going to be everything, but I feel like a lot of people struggle with topics. Raising kids is hard. Parenting's hard. Being a mom's hard. Being a dad's hard. Being a stepdad's hard. It's all hard, and nobody wants to talk about it because it sucks. And or you know, or maybe somebody might disagree with you and how you feel. But again, I think that's, you know, why it's cool that we're doing this again. You know.
Yeah.
But that movie sucked.
Well, and I feel like to just kind of like show people that like it's cool to be married. Like it's okay. Like it's a good thing. But yeah, everything in the TV and media, it's like they're just trying to disengage like the whole family unit, and that sucks. You know, I hate that. Have you seen like the Netflix stuff?
I haven't. I've seen nothing. All I saw was that Elon tweeted out to his 200-something million followers to cancel Netflix, and then they lost like their stock fell so much. I didn't even look to why, because I truly just don't care.
People are boycotting Netflix now, and you don't know why. You haven't seen it.
No.
So it's kind of bullshit, really. So yeah, people are boycotting Netflix because there is a cartoon. I think it was a Jurassic Park cartoon. Literally, it's a cartoon though for kids. I think it says for ages 7 and up. And they had this scene in there where there's 2 females. One professes her love to the other one in a cartoon, and then they start kissing in a cartoon, which is made for kids.
Yeah.
And that's nonsense, you know? Well, I don't care how you feel about, you know, any of the gay, left, right, any of that stuff. I mean, you don't even see like men and women kissing in cartoons. Like, why is that even in a cartoon at all?
It's just don't sexualize like kids. You know, I think that's the biggest thing. Let them grow up and be who they want to be. But again, I mean, you think that's bad? You think a cartoon's bad? Go to your schools, ask your school library for a book list and see what's in there. It's not just kissing. It's at elementary schools. It's like hardcore.
I thought I thought they kind of got better about that in the last.
You know, I've resisted going to look. I just, you know.
Yeah.
Macy's my watchdog. She'll tell me if anything's weird, but I just
just talk to your kids.
Yeah, I don't even care. I mean, how many times are we going to cancel this and that? They're what are you going to do? You know, until someone decides to like fix it, and they're going to keep doing it. You know, they're weird. It goes way deeper. Hollywood is way deeper than, you know, 2 chicks kissing in a cartoon. Just leave the kids alone.
Just keep it out of cartoons, like any adult stuff. You know, I'm not just saying because it was 2 women. I mean, it really shouldn't be a man and a woman kissing in a cartoon either. You know, and talking about love, it's just kind of weird, man. I don't know. But
I think I did see it, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I've been seeing it a lot lately, and was like, oh, here we go again. There was another boycott, you know. But it's always something. I don't know why they can't just make I saw something else too, kind of back to what you're talking about with the old TV shows and everything. It was some study, I guess, that they did. I wish I would have pulled this information before we started. I didn't know we were going to talk about this, but they showed like kids, like young kids, 90s sitcoms for like a while, just for like a week or 2 or something like that. I saw this somewhere. and instead of all the stuff that they watch, like, and they notice their just like attention spans and everything improved, behavior and attention spans improved over the course of that time versus the stuff, even just like Coco Melon and all the things that because they're just designed for like constant stimulation. Yeah. The colors and the scene changes every few seconds. And like there's science behind the way they develop these things now. And I just found that pretty interesting. It's like, I guess we're just getting old. We just need to go, we just want to go back to the 90s.
Yeah. I mean, because, again, like leave the kids alone. Like let kids be kids. A 6 and a 7-year-old is not looking for.
Yeah. They want to see some damn dinosaurs tear some shit up. That's what I'd be wanting to see. Yeah. I think if I was a 7-year-old watching that, as a 7-year-old boy, I'd be like, what is this? Where's the damn T-Rex at? All right. Let's move on from that. Quick word from our sponsor today, Aqara. Thank you, Aqara, for sponsoring today's video or today's podcast. We have a lot of deals going on right now for smart home products because this podcast will publish during Amazon's Fall Prime Day, and Aqara is going to have a bunch of deals. They're actually running their deals through October 12th, so you have some extra time to take advantage of these. But you got their Smart Lock 100, which has the fingerprint, home key support, has a keypad. That's 34% off, I think, during this Fall Prime Day. Their new G4 10 video doorbell camera is also on sale. Great video doorbell for Apple HomeKit users. For anybody. It actually works with pretty much everything. Their Aqara Hub M3 is on sale. That's the one that I use to connect all of my little Aqara sensors and stuff throughout the house. The G5 Pro outdoor camera is on sale. So a lot of good stuff is on sale right now from Aqara, like really good discounts. Every time one of these Prime Day sales comes around, I take advantage at least of like the little sensors. I always pick up at least a 3-pack or 2 of the door sensors or the water sensors. I always get some of these when they go on sale, and they do have the 3-packs on sale right now too. So pretty much everything that they offer is on sale right now, and it's going to be on sale all the way through October 12th. So take advantage of that if you've been in the market for some new smart home stuff, maybe a new video doorbell or an outdoor camera. That G5 outdoor camera is really awesome. But anyways, thank you, Aqara, for sponsoring today's podcast. Now, I wanted to we have 1 or 2 questions maybe that were submitted, but I wanted to ask you some stuff. So we kind of got some hot takes already, but I want to ask you some marriage hot takes. Can I ask and go through this?
Boy.
I saw this online, like saw some stuff online, like through Reddit and things like that, like marriage hot takes. I want to see how you feel about it, and I'll give you my 2 cents also. So number 1 is if you have to ask your partner to do something around the house, it doesn't count. Is that true or toxic? True or toxic?
But it doesn't count for what? Count towards what? What are we counting?
Doesn't count like
I mean, it is annoying.
Like, I guess it just doesn't count. Like, you can't take credit for it or whatever,
Yeah,
like,
but I mean,
I do stuff around the house. Well, if I had to ask you to do it, it don't count.
That's probably toxic, but it's also crappy if you do have to ask. So I don't know. I mean, who does that? I'm like, what is it counting towards? Like, you both live here. I guess some men and maybe some women don't pick up or clean, and maybe one person does do it all. Actually, that it does. That's the case actually a lot. So we're just not in that situation. I mean, I do probably do the heavy cleaning more than you, but you do dishes and yeah, I mean, that's just annoying. I don't think it doesn't count, but I think it is annoying if you have to constantly ask your spouse to help.
Yeah, I think most of this stuff is all like
but you don't clean.
Subjective. I think it just depends. Like,
but you don't clean.
If you're, I'm super busy, you're super busy. Like, you do ask me to do stuff fairly often. If you have to ask me to do stuff, 100 times before it gets done, then maybe that would be a problem.
Yeah.
Or, but
like, you don't clean bathrooms. You don't clean baseboard. You know what I mean? You're not like the cleaner. Like,
but you're not
you'll
asking
straighten
me,
up.
You're not asking me to do that either, though. right? So what we're talking about is like this morning you were like, I think you asked me to take the trash out.
Yeah.
Is there a problem? Like, do you have a problem with having to ask me to take the trash out?
I mean, no, I don't know.
As long as I do it, right?
Yeah, as long as I do it, I guess you did it.
I did it. If I was sitting there playing video games or something all day and you're like, please take the damn trash out. I asked you 4 times. But see, then it gets to where you're like nagging.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of assuming like a parenting role over the other person. That would be a problem.
Yeah, I just think that like you should help. Like you live in the house. I don't think one person should have to do all the heavy lifting and cleaning. Like I think if you see something needs to be done, you should do it.
Yeah. And we're all busy. Like I know you're busy. Sometimes I ask you to do stuff, that I need you to handle, and you do the same thing for me. And
yeah, I just think that can be toxic, but I think a lot of people are in toxic ass relationships. I think, I could see that being a huge fight. I could also see me wanting to like smother you with my pillowcase if you didn't do shit around the house and played video games all the time. You know? I mean, I get both sides of it, I guess, as I can understand it. But I wouldn't be with no dude that didn't help me around the house.
Well, there you have it.
So pick your partner wisely because you got to live with them.
And you might get smothered by a pillowcase, apparently. All right, next up, you should share your location at all times with your partner. True or toxic?
I don't know on that. I don't think it matters one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, like pick your partner. I think if you feel like you have to have their location, then you're probably with the wrong person. I like it. I mean, I enjoy it. We share our location. I enjoy it. I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's a problem to share it. And I don't think it's a problem not to share it.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you are going to go cuckoo because you don't have it, because you don't trust them, and you're with the wrong person. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you got some trust issues yourself. It could be.
Yeah.
It could be,
Listen,
an issue within.
There are some women that deal with some crazy stuff, and iPhone location is just the bottom of the totem pole. And I'm sure there's men out there that are like that too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I think the whole phone location thing is, well, first of all, like my opinion is it just depends. Like talk to your spouse and you guys decide what is healthy and what works. I don't care about sharing my location at all. You can see where I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't
you
care
check
either.
it all the time. Like I do think if I'm going to share mine with you, you should share yours with me.
Yeah.
And you do, and I'd never check yours. Like unless I'm trying to figure out what time you're getting home with that Chick-fil-A you said you was going to bring or something, like where's she at? I'm hungry. That's about it.
Think I like it because I don't have to like bother you. I'm like, oh, he's on the way home. I'm not going to be like, hey, where are you? Or whatever. It's like, oh, he's on the way home. Like,
see, I don't even do that. I'll call you and be like, where are you?
A big part of mine is just, I think from everything we went through, I don't know. I go and I'm like,
safety.
It's safety for me. And not like I could save you, but especially with the kids, like, man, there's some crazy stuff happening, and it's like if I at least have their location, I know where to look, like, or where were they last, and I don't know. I think about like, I'm an investigator. So I think about like, I hate to say it, but it's like, I think about like emergency situation.
Yeah. Right.
Being able to find you or you being able to find me should something happen. Same with the kids.
So I guess, for
me, it's safety. I'm not worried about what you're doing.
In a healthy relationship where nobody's doing anything wrong, nothing to hide, might as well. There's no reason not to necessarily, I guess.
Yeah, I love that my
dog. As long as you have good trust.
Macy enjoys it. She's like, what are you doing at Smoothie King?
She checks it.
Yeah. Or she'll be like, I see all the reels of the parents posting like, sitting in a parking lot eating something, Chick-fil-A, whatever, like enjoying a moment, and then their teenager calls, can you get me something? I think that just happened. She does it to me, but it just happened with a girlfriend of mine's kid. We were at the mall. And she was like, she's going to see my location and send me a text. I was like, nah, she ain't looking at your location like that. Sure enough, phone call.
Really?
Yeah, that was funny.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's different times. And
it's funny. It's like it's the role switches and the parents the kids start messaging the parents. What are you doing?
Yeah. That's wild, man.
Yeah, no problem with that.
Last one here for today. If you don't combine finances after marriage, you're not fully committed. True or toxic?
I think that's toxic.
If you don't combine
I don't think they need to be combined, but I do think, and some the main things people fight about in marriage are trust, infidelity, kids and parenting, and finances. It's like the top 3. I don't think they need to be combined, but I do think that each spouse should have access. So I banked somewhere different, and when we got married, we banked at different banks. I moved to your bank, and we didn't combine accounts, but we are linked. So I can see what your accounts, you can see my accounts.
Yeah.
And it's just always been that way. So again, they're not combined. I have my own checking account. He has his. I know a lot of people do the whole separate banking account, separate checking accounts that their spouses can't see. And then they have a joint account. I'm not judging. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I feel, my opinion is, it's most healthy for you to be able to see what's coming in and what's going out of each other's accounts. I think that's important. I think it just hold you accountable too, especially if someone's paying more bills or, something like that. I just think that you should be able to see each other's finances.
Hold accountable. What do you mean by that?
I just mean to know how much money your person's bringing in, and then they're short on bills or something, and you're like, well, quit going.
I don't know if I agree with that part. No, not once you're married. Once you're married, you're supposed to become a unit. A single unit. So it does not matter how much I'm bringing in versus how much you're bringing in. Assuming we're both working. I
feel like a lot of,
as far as being accountable, I
feel like a lot of couples though, not saying that I know personally, but when I hear people talk about money in marriage, it's a lot of spouses are hiding money and stuff, hiding things.
Yeah. Well, that's probably an issue. Anytime you're being secretive or hiding something, that's probably an issue. I think, the answer, in my opinion, to so much of this stuff is just subjective. It just depends on your relationship. So it goes back to what we talked about before, is just communication, man. Just talk to each other and decide what's right for you. Because we know people who I think have maintained separate bank accounts, and that works great for them. For me, I would rather not. I'd rather us just have everything as one.
That was really hard for me.
Yeah, because you're Miss Independent.
I'm not going to lie. That was probably so I want to just normalize that. It wasn't an easy thing, especially because I was independent, and that was boozy. Somebody commented. We should have pulled that comment because remember we didn't know who sung it.
I didn't know.
Or who sang it. I didn't know either. But he was
Boosie.
Yeah, he's great choice in, 2000s music, 90s rap, whatever. But yeah, that was a really hard thing for me. Like I said, I always trusted you, but again, I was super independent. And I think I was...
Well, we didn't do this till we were married. And we discussed in the other episode,
I don't know.
We were married.
I don't think we were. I think it's when we bought the house. I don't even think we were married yet.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But I think I just didn't want you bitching at me for things I was spending. I didn't know if you were going to do that or not. I think I was worried it was going to cause a fight, and I was so independent that I didn't want anybody telling me what to do.
That's probably understandable. Because especially early on, you don't really necessarily know how that's going to go. And there are people who do get really upset about money and, spending money, and some people, and I guess, so again, it's different for everybody. So it's easy for me to do that because I already knew how good and responsible you were financially.
You called me frugal.
Yeah. Thrifty.
Thrifty. Yeah, it was thrifty. That was what
you're
it was,
very
not
thrifty,
frugal. Because I'll spend some money.
Yeah, but you never, our kids had name brand stuff most of the time, but you never paid full price, ever. You always found sales. You just,
I'm the coupon. I will find a coupon code.
You did coupons for a while. I just knew you weren't financially irresponsible. So that would definitely change like my whole perspective on that.
Yeah, imagine if I was like, I mean, people deal with that. Like people have spending problems or gambling, and then like they have access to your money.
Yeah,
what?
Well, that would be a problem. And then other people, will give the other, like the thrifty one like you're also not like bitching at me about, well, you used to kind of a little bit about buying smart home stuff.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like,
so I had to start a YouTube channel.
Yeah, but we were tight.
Yeah.
And like, we just had different, like,
we didn't have a lot of money.
I wanted to be able to go take the kids to a vacation. That was what was important to me. And you were over here wanting to buy a light switch. And I'm like, we have a light switch, like I was like, again, it's just because we were tight and, trying to save for stuff and,
Yeah. But that
you still got stuff, Akara, because it was cheap.
Yeah. That would be a problem, though. I can see if, you have somebody that just gave you a hard time about everything, especially if you have the money to spend.
Yeah. If you're getting nagged.
Sometimes that happens, and I've always, remember what I've always told you. Like, I like making money and I try to make money. I always have. Like I just always felt like my job was to provide as best I could. I come from a traditional family, so like my mom didn't work most of the time growing up. My dad made all the money, worked, and so I just kind of looked at that was just kind of my outlook. Even though you always have worked, you're very independent, but like I always wanted to, just provide, and I just don't care about the money. Like. It's nice
you would care if we were in major debt and like stuff because of me spending.
But you were not in debt, when
so pick your partner wisely. It all goes back to like the same thing.
But what I always told you, like, this is just my perspective. And I know this is probably not the same for a lot of people out there, but I just will make whatever money I can make, as much as I can make. And as long as I got enough money for gas and beer at the end of the week.
I knew. That's all he ever said to me.
You can do whatever you want with. I just never really cared. As long as we're not in debt and we can pay the bills, and I don't really care much about.
But some people do.
But I've never been materialistic, and I just don't care about.
But some people do, and some people do get bitched at for what they spend, and maybe there's a reason for it. But again, I think I don't know. I just feel like whatever works best for you. What works best for us is for you to be able to see everything.
Yeah.
It's still separate accounts.
It is technically separate, but it's basically the same. I mean, if you need money in one account, you just pull it out. And
like he can take money from me and I can take money from him.
Yeah. But I don't even look at it as mine or yours. It's basically the same money. It might as well be a joint account in my opinion. In my view.
Yeah, that was really hard for me. You probably never thought about that. That was hard.
No.
Because I
just never really focused too much about money. I just didn't really care.
It was just scary. I was just scared. Like I was like, I trusted you, but truly I didn't know how you were with finances. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you do. I mean, nobody knows what somebody does, Truly.
Yeah, that's true. It is scary at first. All right. We have a listener question we want to get to, and then we're going to do a new segment. A little new segment at the end. So real quick, and if you do have a question or a topic you would like us to address or talk about in a future episode, submit that over on our website. There's a link down in the show notes where you can submit a question anonymously.
And it is really anonymous. Like we're not BSing. We really can't see it.
Yeah, you don't put any name. You don't have to put a name in there. You can if you want, but you don't have to. Okay, the question is, what is it like being so young and almost having all of your kids out of the house? Anonymous. Well, we're still working on that out of the house part.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard out here. Things are so unaffordable.
It's tough.
I mean, almost every adult parent I know that has kids that are like, 26 and under, they're having to help them in some way financially. I mean, the rent is insane for like one bedrooms or like dinky places. It's weird, I'll say. Like it is a little weird. They don't need you as much. The fears and worries change, because they're like 20 and about to be 15 years old. And so it's different. It's not, it's weird. I don't know.
The 20-year-old, he moved out for a year and then he came back just to save a little bit of money after a year of being out there to save some money and stuff. And he's looking, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he's ready.
He's ready.
He got a taste of that freedom. He's ready. But I think truly.
And then our youngest is 15, almost 15. And I guess us being so young and having older kids, I mean, I just turned 40. You're not 40 yet.
Nope.
Still in your 30s. I will say it's awesome.
It is.
It's great.
It's weird though, too.
I love it. Like, I see these people who are our age who are having young kids now.
Makes me sweat.
And it stresses me out.
It does.
But I think it's because we went through it already. Like, it's that whole like, oh gosh, if you started over now, like that, I couldn't do it again.
I couldn't do it.
You know, but it's because we went through it. I think if you never went through that, you know, it's like, I'm sure at the time we were like, oh, this is so hard, you know. But they're more financial. Usually, once you're older, you know, they're more financially secure in a lot of cases,
and more patient
once you're older. You know, so they have there's a lot of benefits to that probably in waiting versus doing it younger. Like we probably didn't. We definitely didn't have, you know, much money. We still made things work, and you know, went to Disney World once or twice.
You get thrifty.
You know, yeah, you get thrifty. And probably less patience when you're younger too. Yeah. But, you know, yeah, I love it. I love having kids that are getting older. I mean, I miss some of the early days, you know, like that's kind of sad when you realize like you'll never have those days back.
Yeah, enjoy them if you have young kids. You know, it's what do they say? The days are long, but the years are short. That's so true.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It is really, really sad to think it's just gone. Ugh. Oh, you got me crying here again. Oh my God. I look at her baby pictures and his baby pictures and just, you know, but again,
Seems like yesterday.
I've got good friends that have young kids, you know, and we laugh about it. I'm like, I start sweating. I don't know how you do this. And it's not because I've done it. It's because I'm old and tired. And I just can't imagine being that
You're
needed.
You're not old and tired.
I am. I'm old and tired. I can't imagine being needed that heavily at this age. You know, because they just need you. It's not that they're like being bad. They're just like they're young and they're babies or they're toddlers and they're needy and they're, you know, they're seeing the world for the first time and, you know, they're finding their personality and their voice and, you know, it's exhausting, but, you know, also like rewarding too, you know, for the parent. But I'm glad, you know, I got pregnant really young, and I'm sure I embarrassed my family. If I could just say it, I'm sure there was some shame in that. I had shame as a kid about it. Like I dropped out of high school because I was too embarrassed to go to school pregnant. Because like that was not me, you know. I wasn't like the school hoe. And it happens, and it, you know, it can happen one time. And there was a lot of girls that did go to school pregnant. You know, no shame to them that. But I was embarrassed. I would like hide. I'd see people in like department stores from school, and I would hide like behind a rack and like run because I was so embarrassed. I guess I just had shame, and I realized that was pretty stupid to think about because like now as an adult, I can see like every child's a gift from God, and it's a blessing. You know, it was the plan. You know, whether or not it was from my error and judgment or whatever, but you know, we grew up together. You know, I grew up with my kids. I had Kobe at 17. I had Macy at 23. That was still really young. Like, I don't think that I really think about how young I was with Macy. I was still very young. It's
because you were so mature.
I've always been like wise beyond my years.
Yeah, well, when you have a kid that young, you have to if you're going to be a decent parent.
Yeah, well, it's not even having a kid that young. Like, my family life, like, I grew up way too quick when I was like in elementary school, you know, but I think I carried shame until I had him, and then I was like, screw everybody. Like, holy shit, like this is real love. Like, you don't know. People think they know, like, you know, and I'm not saying step parents or adoptive parents don't love their kids. I know they do. Like, you love them. You love your stepkids. You love, but until you like have your own and like hold that baby, that is jump in front of a bus and die love. Like, it's a different love than how I love you. I would still try to save you, but there's just a different feeling.
Wouldn't jump in front of the bus though for me?
I'd grab you by your shirt and pull you back real quick.
Oh, you better get in that gym, do some pull-ups. I don't know if you can get me out of the way.
Oh, whatever. I actually saved you 2 weeks ago. We were walking. Wasn't it you? Was it you? Didn't I have to like, you almost got like, you walked out in front of a vehicle like twice. I like grabbed your arm.
I did not walk out.
Yeah, you did. He almost got hit twice. I saved his life. He's over here talking about I couldn't save him.
She saved my life.
But anyway, we talk about this. I'm glad I did it the way I did. You know, we didn't have money. We had to be thrifty. I probably was not the most patient mother. I probably yelled more than I should have. But we grew up together, and now, I'm not even 40 yet. And like, it's nice.
It's
like
great
we can
now.
go on a date. Like
that was the question is like, what's it like now?
It's nice.
I love it. Like I love that part of it. You watch your kids getting older, and like our youngest, now, you see the person they're becoming. That's always pretty fun. Usually, sometimes it is not fun. For sure. But having you get like independence back when your kids get older, so we can go out on dates whenever we want and stuff like that, which is, it's cool. It's fun. And being younger, like I enjoy that. I mean, we just got a few more years, and she'll be
making her way.
Yeah, she'll be making her way in life, and then we'll be like basically kid free in the house.
And I'm not advocating for teen pregnancy. I'm not advocating for that, but I will say, like, I don't know that I would advocate for 30-year-old having a baby. Like, I feel like you should do it in your 20s.
Yeah, it's probably probably ideal.
Yeah,
probably medically ideal too.
But I just hustled. I dropped out. I got my GED.
Yeah, well,
I did what I had to do.
It made your life was very difficult for a number of years because of it.
Yeah,
but you got through it, and we're on the other side now.
Yeah.
You can breathe. Okay. Well, good question. Thank you for sending that question. All right. New segment that we're going to do this week.
I'm scared.
Is instead of the tech of the week, I thought we're going to change it up. We're going to do wife approved or not. And I just want to hear your honest take on some kind of smart device in the house.
Are you not like giving me the device? I got to think about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a surprise. We're going to get your honest take.
Okay.
Right off the cuff.
Go. What is it?
All right. First one this week I want to do. You've been bitching a lot about all the bedroom automations. Right?
Yeah.
And lights. I want to know how you really feel, because I did a video about this a while back. The rope light, the neon rope light that I have in the bedroom.
I like it. I don't want it automated.
Okay. But you like the device.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a cute little heart.
That simple?
Yeah. I like that.
Just
don't automate it. It's all I ask.
That's it?
Yeah.
So for everything, all the smart home stuff in the house? That's not true, because there's some things.
No, I really just hate automations. I really do. I loathe them.
But that light works well. That was the first, like, I guess we should answer. You can answer these like, yes, you like it.
Okay.
Thumbs down, hell no, or like, I guess maybe like you just don't care, like in the middle.
All right. I like it.
You like it, like a thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up.
I made a video about that, and I think I said in that video that's the first lighting product that I installed, and you actually got excited about.
Yeah, because you put it in a cute little heart.
Yeah, so it's a neon rope light that you can like hang on the wall in different shapes or whatever. And I think that was the first lighting product I put in the bedroom too. And you actually seem to like
besides the light strip behind the headboard.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, well, I just wanted to see how you felt about that still, if you like that light. And
that's it? There's not another one? I'm like waiting for the next one.
We're going to do we'll do one each week.
I'm like, what's next?
We'll do one each week, yeah. So
come on, I want to rate this stuff.
It'll be a good gauge, I think, in new stuff that I'm testing out too. I'm trying to think if I got any new stuff to test out that I can talk about. I don't know. We'll come back with some more next week. We'll do some more wife approved or not. Maybe I'll give you 2 or 3.
I don't know. We might run out of stuff if you give me too many.
We're not running out of smart home stuff to talk about. Not in this house. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in again this week. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Thanks again to our sponsor, Aqara. Again, check out those deals during this Prime Day and save you some money on some great cameras, smart locks, sensors for the bedroom, maybe.
Don't get sensors. Gosh. And please, if you enjoyed today, go leave us a 5-star review or like and comment, engage with us. And please don't forget to ask some questions. Again, it really is anonymous if you want to be anonymous. Ask us anything, or what was that we did? Marriage hot takes.
Yeah.
Toxic or what was it? Normal? Yeah. Toxic or not?
Toxic or true.
Or true.
Yeah, give us some of those.
Send them to us. Let's
ask us about your crazy neighbor. We'll tell you what we think about them.
Or your crazy wife.
Ooh. Dang. That's good.
Bunch of those.
Exciting. All right, guys. Bye. See you next time.